I'm going to do some crafts using medicine bottles. And this is something you can make, and you can make it as long as you want out of medicine bottles, and I'll show you how in this video. So I had a video where I showed you how to recycle, reuse, and repurpose your medicine bottles. And you can see I used a few of them to make that strand that I just showed you. And I'm going to show you how to make it and make a few other things just by recycling, reusing, and repurposing things you have already. So I'm going to show you a few things that we're going to do today, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. So the first thing you're going to do to recycle your medicine bottles is squeeze it. When you squeeze it, this one's going to be harder, but when you squeeze it, you flatten it. And I'll show you with this piece. You flatten it like this, and then you're going to be able to cut it. And you'll just cut right across. And you can change how thick a petal you make or how thin a petal. So the way you do it is just squeeze it like this. Now when you start with this type of medicine bottle and you squeeze it, you'll squeeze it. It's a little easier to squeeze than this type. So I wanted to tell you that. So you squeeze it and then you cut across. Okay? And once you've squeezed it, you might like the shape of this better than the round shape. So then you can always squeeze the top and give it this shape also. Or you may want to go back to the round shape. So this can be squeezed to give you a different shape. I first started when I did this, not with it circular. I started with it like this, and I squeezed it. And you can tell I'm making these little shapes out of it by squeezing it. The next thing I wanted to do is tell you, I had this sizer for rings. Now, a lot of people, we don't have it. So before I had it, I had a paper one, or I just had to use a string like we used to. You can make a ring sizer with this, and I'll show you how. You're going to cut off the top. You can see this was the top of the bottle, and you can see because it has where the cap screws on. And you'll just continue to curl it, 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 curl it. And once you've curled it, you're going to put your finger through it. So this gives you an idea. And since this has these little cap spaces, you get an idea of what your ring size is. So if you're getting a gift for someone and you don't want the person to know you're getting a ring, or you just want to, in a pinch, have a ring sizer, then you can print out a paper one and you have your size ring. And I'll show you what I mean. So with the ring sizer, I measured myself to this place, and that gives me about a size 6. And that's my ring size, about a size 6. And so you can tell I just did it towards the end. Let me make sure I have it towards the end so I can definitely get the right size. So it was towards this size right here. So when you print out the paper online, you'll be able to measure it. So it's not going to be the exact size, but it will be very, very, very close, as you can see. You see that? That's very close to the correct size. Let me put this down. Okay, so here it is. And there it is. You guys see that? So that's very close to the right size. Okay, the next craft. So the next craft is creating that flower garland. And so you're going to take your pieces, you'll hot glue one part, and it gets hot, so be careful. And then you'll hold the next part to it. Now, I probably would have used a better glue if I had it, one that was easier on plastic, but I just have the hot glue. So I have to hold it until it doesn't feel hot anymore. And once I do that, then I take these two, and I'm going to glue this to the top. Oh, it's hot. Ooh, it's hot and it didn't stick, but let me try to press this in. If it doesn't press in, of course, what I'm going to do is add more glue. Okay, this isn't pressing in, so I'm going to add more glue. And it gets very hot, so be careful. And I'll hold this together. So then I have part of the flower. And again, you can choose the shapes that you wanted. I just wanted a simple flower. I could have, of course, put a marble or a pearl or one of the glass gems. See, that would be pretty too on the garland. But I wanted to make it as simple as possible. So let me turn this over now. So part of the flower is